born the power to save the world. I ask no forgiveness.
Salve, salve rapaziada, tudo bom com vocês? Sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui no canal. Quem fala com vocês é o Mailton e vamos aí para mais um episódio de Tales of Berseria. No vídeo passado a gente chegou aqui na ilha de Aria, lar das crenças antigas. A gente encontrou a amiga da Magilu, né, que é uma Malak, e ela está junto com o Lapit tentando decifrar a linguagem do livro antigo, né, querendo saber o que está escrito lá. Enquanto isso, vamos conversar com os personagens aqui e vamos ver o que eles... Tem um ali no canto. Pra mim chegar ali, como que eu tenho que chegar ali pra conversar? Deixa eu ver.
Do you plan on just giving up? Palamedes is Amenoch's temple. The priestess isn't the only one whose job it is to protect that temple. It's the duty of everyone born in this village.
Why did the Abbey need Amenoch's temple badly enough to risk causing this much unrest?
But how will we protect our village from the demons if the Abbey abandons us? Besides, we won't be able to do business with the people of Isolt anymore.
Our faith in Amenoch has nothing to do with the demons. When the priestess gets back, I'm going with her to protest.
The demon blight changed everything. Will we never be able to return to the way things were?
The way things were.
Onde que tem mais conversa? Aqui.
Listen, I don't know what they told you in Isolt, but our village has its own traditions. This village is under the divine protection of the Empyrean Amenoch. For unbroken centuries, a line of his priestesses have guided us. They're tasked with performing the sacred rites of worship. And sometimes, they even deliver us his words and will.
And there's still a priestess today?
Of course. And her daughter is training to become our next priestess. Although, I sometimes feel they push themselves too hard. Both mother and daughter are giving their all for Haria. But the Abbey doesn't care about any of that. And they stole our temple from us.
By force?
An exorcist named Teresa came and heard us out. But from the very beginning, she always intended on taking our temple. Her words may have been kind, but that doesn't change the fact that she demanded that we worship her god, Enomanat. In all the years we've worshipped Amenoch, not once did we ever try to force others to adopt our beliefs.
Why haven't I seen this priestess she's talking about?
Essa Teresa aí não me convenceu não, hein, mano. Vamos falar com o Rokurori.
So she digs being called teacher. Well played, Laphicet.
She wasn't so fond of ma'am, so I guess he figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
Tá.
What connection do you think there is between the violent demon Teresa mentioned and this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is, if it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything towards your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you, as I'm sure you've noticed.
Tá bom. Oh, Eisen.
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
Só tá faltando só o Magilu. Tá aqui em cima aqui, ó.
Banning local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Amenoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough, but straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
Oh, ancient Avarost. You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says... Saw, Popo, Mucho, Sancho.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child eggplants.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic and flashes of intuition.
Reordering? So like... San-san, Pocho Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Pocho Musan. Now where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Musan. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into... the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. Alright, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested in the words.
Caramba. Volte para o seu quarto na estalagem.
I wonder if they've made any progress yet.
Shall we go
Antes
check
disso,
on them?
deixa eu vir aqui na loja. Acho que eu tô sozinho ainda, né? Não. Deixa eu vir aqui na loja. O que ele tem pra vender? Arma nova. Adaga fluórica. Adaga... Eu tenho essa adaga já? Adaga fluórica eu tenho. Pulseira anfibólio. Eu tenho. Pulseira. Cadê? Deu. Vamos comprar. Pingente flórico, mochila flórica, pingente anfibióleo. Cadê pingente? Também não. Cadê pingente? Talismã eu tenho. Cinto. Guarda-chama. Botas flóricas, botas de anfibóleo. Sapatos com espeto. Do nível 6 agora. Seu personagem aprendeu uma derivada de uma arte ativa, você pode realizá-la. Acho que é isso aí, né? Depois eu vejo o resto das coisas. Vamos lá pra estalagem agora. Vestimenta de anfibóleo. Guarda-veneno.
Well, any results?
Yes. Well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Careful, honey tongue. You'll give this old girl ideas.
Huh?
Now, child, I'm sure they're curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
8-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therions shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Therions?
Essentially, this ancient text you found is an annotated volume of drawings and songs pertaining to Enominat.
Annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
All right.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so, but if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called
Therions.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history, but it said this world was created by 4 Empyreans: earth, water, wind, and fire. But they also call Enominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Enominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to... And just like that, Enominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepherd Artorius fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Enominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therions and cut off Enominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therions in Enominat's body are connected through earth pulses. If their job is to feed Enominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the earth pulse points.
Points?
The places where the power of earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest? Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therion? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up. Ew.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therion? Does that mean the Therions all come in different forms?
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line, the one about Therions being forever reborn.
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
The needle's pointing in the direction of Amenoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth Pulse point?
There's lots of Earth Pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therions, most of them will be empty.
It's not like we have any better leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
Better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing. Just a theory, but if you were to kill a Therion... What? I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
Então vamos lá, né? Então a gente pode sair agora, pode, né? Ali.
Who are you?
The innkeeper's daughter. I happened to overhear you all talking about going to Palamedes and...
Did you report us to the Abbey?
Report? But you already have an exorcist with you.
If you have any business, talk with her then.
I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. How might I be of service?
I want you to look for someone. A mother and her child went to visit the Abbey grounds, but they haven't returned.
They've both gone missing?
Yes. The mother's name is Mahina. She's a priestess of Amenoch. And her little daughter's name is Kamoana.
Hold on. If she's a priestess of Amenoch...
Right. Ever since the Abbey booted her out from the temple, she's been regularly going back to make her objections heard. But one day, she never returned home. And now her daughter has disappeared too. I can only assume that she went to go look for her mother.
And you believe they're being held at the temple?
Oh no, ma'am. I just can't imagine Mahina would abandon her daughter like that. Kamoana is next in line to succeed her, so she's had a strict upbringing, but her mother truly loves her. Please forgive Mahina for her protests. I was just hoping you could use the Abbey's resources to track them down.
I will do everything in my power to find them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like Kamoana, I grew up with only my mother as family. I can't help but worry for them.
Of course.
Let's be off.
Então tá. Um cenário totalmente novo. Bem diferente. Coral, Manã. Formações rochosas incríveis. É diferente então esse cenário. Mais pequeno, né? Mais bem fechadinho.
Eleanor, what's your game here?
The mother and daughter, you mean? That's on me. I'll search for them myself.
I don't care about that.
Well, what then?
Why are you actively helping us decipher the book, when we're using it to thwart the Abbey's plans?
You think I might be deliberately misleading you? Laying a trap of some sort for you all?
Are you?
I think you're a lot of things, Demon. But foolish is not one of them. I want to know the truth. I want to know what Lord Artorias is trying to accomplish. And there's something happening in the world right now. I want to know what... Unfortunately, little old Eleanor has never been deemed trustworthy enough to be given such information. So, my only option is to find out for myself.
You've got the soul searching down at least.
The Abbey and your band of rogues follow two different paths. but something tells me either will lead me to the same destination.
And so you don't see any need to lie to us?
Exactly.
And what'll you do if those truths don't line up cleanly with what you believe?
I'm not sure yet.
As honest an answer as any. Either way, it looks like you'll be working with us for the near future.
Yes, for now.
Hey, could I ask you something?
What is it?
About the Therions. I've heard you call yourself a Therion before. Is there any particular insight you have about them?
No, none. Artorias said I was one.
And that doesn't bother you?
Does it bother you?
Nope, not at all. If you're not worried, then neither am I.
I'm surrounded by freaks. But was that truly the reason Ceres chose me?
Verdade, né? Caramba, não acho esse item, velho.
Scout.
Velvet keeps picking on Madame Eleanor. They're total opposites, so I know they're just gonna clash sometimes, but Velvet takes it too far!
You really think they're totally opposite?
If Madame Eleanor is a white lily, then Velvet is a black rose. If Madame Eleanor is a soaring Pegasus, then Velvet is a wolf in the shadows. If Madame Eleanor is a plate of spaghetti carbonara, Velvet is squid noodles with seaweed.
I don't follow you completely, but I think I get the point.
I'm sure you understand. The two have nothing at all in common. And since they don't share anything in common, some fighting now and then just can't be helped.
Well, they both have beautiful hair.
Okay, but we're talking a noble exorcist and an aloof demon.
Eleanor sometimes treats you coldly, and Velvet has helped me more times than I can count.
Madame Eleanor gives herself fully to the salvation of others, but Velvet is bent solely on revenge.
That means they're both motivated by thoughts of others.
How is the cheerful and talkative Madame Eleanor at all the same as the brooding, taciturn Velvet?
Both of them talk to me when it's just the two of us together.
You're just trying to be contrary.
I'm only telling you what I've experienced. It's all right if Eleanor...
That just makes me...
You two are opposites yourselves. Huh?
Dois bobão. Vamos lá, vamos continuar aqui. Cara, devia ter vendido os itens lá, né, velho?
I'll finish this now.
This fight is over.
Esse bicho ali é novo, hein? Voador. Oi, oi.
I'm ready for this.
It was a close one, but I am the
Os bichos são fortes, mano. Goma de pêssego. A gente tem duas saídas, pra cima e pra baixo. Qual que é a certa agora? Da direita ou da esquerda?
Stop fooling around.
I'll finish this quickly.
Caramba, calma, filho. Nossa.
There are none who can resist my spear.
You know what you're getting into?
I have to fight too? Fine, fine.
Esse dragãozinho aqui é novo, hein?
You better be ready.
If you want to live, get out of my way.
Beleza. Agora a gente tem lá pra cima e tem aqui pra baixo. Eu vou aqui pra baixo primeiro, que aqui parece ser secundário. Tem cara de ser secundário. Aqui tem um caminho que não é um caminho. É aqui. Bom ter vindo aqui. Eita porra, olha o tamanho daquele bicho ali. Aquilo ali parece ser forte, hein? Aquilo ali parece ser forte. Eu vou meter a cara nele lá já já. Aquilo ali, pelo visto, vai ser um desafio. Eu peguei o baú ali? Peguei, né? Vamos lá em cima então, vamos enfrentar aquele bichão lá. Vamos ver se ele é forte. Deve ser, né? Pelo tamanho dele, né? Deve ser bem difícil. Beleza. Então vamos ver se a gente vai dar conta de eliminar aquele bicho lá. E é aqui mesmo, né? Nossa, dá pra juntar os 3 bichos ali de uma vez só. Tentar juntar eles. Ui. A gente tá muito forte. Brincos de sucubus. Brincos... Aqui. Ainda faltou uma ainda, hein? Deixa ela aí. Vamos enfrentar aquele camarada ali. Vamos ver se ele é forte. É o Kraken. Nível 35. Só fazer isso, né? Solta defesa. Bem cheio. Tá. Uma habilidade aleatória. Bem de boa. Pingente expresso. Sapatos de comando. Adagas ardentes até que enfim, mano. Caramba. Então esse é o Kraken. Grava mais. Cadê? Deixa eu ver aqui. Ele não é inimigo código vermelho. Ele é inimigo normal, né? Kraken. Nível 35. Ainda que no meu time não tava com personagem de cura, hein?
Finish this now.
Hey, is everyone alright?
Por enquanto, nenhum inimigo me deu um desafio assim. Nossa, eu vou ter que upar pra passar, não.
Looks like you wanna die.
Vou dar uma
Victory is ours.
Muito bem. Eu sou bom ainda, hein? 5 biólico. Deixa de walk. Poder de ataque de terra mais 7%. Papel, óleo, histórias secretas. Que da hora. Nível 9 esse aqui. Dominado. Tá. Falta só a alabarda. Tem 2 mapas aqui. Nossa, quanto bicho, cara. Vou fazer link em todos. Vou linkar esse aqui com esse aqui.
This rocky shore just don't step on any sea slugs, okay?
Why not? What's the big deal?
It's just that it isn't pretty. Their insides squish everywhere.
Yikes.
Then again, if you pickle...
You eat the...
Oh, don't be a baby.
Forget the sea slugs.
Good point.
Or maybe it's...
I didn't mean either of... Although Manon appears...
Now that you mention it...
That clears...
They were worn away.
That too. Stay in contact.
Ah!
Why didn't you warn...
Mudou os bichos, né?
Let's get started!
I wish I had power like that.
Tá, eu vim dali, né? Eu vim da onde? Eu vim dali, né? É, eu tenho que ir pra baixo e pra cima. Vamos pra baixo. Saber o que tem lá embaixo. É um beco sem saída aqui, né? Bastante bicho aqui, hein? Ai, diabo. Oh, inferno. Que graça, mano. Inferno, mano. Ai, pássaro do caralho. Ai, aí, filho. Caralho, mano. Bicho chato da porra, mano. Vou pegar outra aqui, ó. Aqui, fi.
Did you see my complete and utter victory?
Bem. Só tem isso aqui. Mano, eu não pego o item dessa fase, velho. Nossa, só tem isso aqui. Achei que tinha mais coisa. Tem dois baús aqui. Ah, tem um ali na frente. Tem um lado. Nossa, eu não abri aquele baú. Brincos de Asmodeu. Papel de seda. E aquele baú ali, mano? curioso pra saber como que eu abro ele. Eu já? Acho que não, né? Provavelmente não. Acho que eu vou na próxima vez ali. Acho que é lá pra cima.
I'll finish this quick.
Que mentira, mano.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem!
Que filha da...
Eat it! You're wide open! Die or be killed! You're wide open!
Caramba, velho.
Time to dish out pancakes.
Achou que ia dar boia. Botas. Pingente. Guarda-chama mais um. Guarda-choque. Caramba, mano. É longa essa fase, hein? Bastante inimigo, velho. Bastante XP também.
I'll end this quickly.
Não tem nada.
Laffy said, have you been taking care of that rhino stag?
Of course. I make sure to feed it every night before I go to sleep.
How long are you going to keep on calling it a rhino stag?
I don't know. It's a new kind of beetle, so it's gonna be hard to tell if it's really a rhino. You're asking a lot of questions. Bienfu, do you like bugs?
Duh! I love rhinoceros and stag beetles both! What guy doesn't find them fascinating?
Right? So which kind of beetle do you think it is? Rhino or stag?
Oh, that's a tough question. But guess what? Miss Muggy-Loo taught me a surefire way to tell.
I didn't know there was a way to tell.
Yeah, but if I do it, you gotta name it after me, alright? Come on! What guy doesn't wish he had a cool bump? And besides, Miss Muggy-Loo told me that this technique is so good. So what do you say?
Oh, all right. How can I say no to that? Besides, we all did work together to capture it anyway.
Yay! Thanks, Laffy said. All right, show me the bug. Miss Muggy-Loo says you need to open up its outer wings and get a good whiff of the thin underwings.
I'm pretty sure I remember rhinoceros and stag beetles smelling really nasty under their wings. Why not find out for yourself?
No thanks. I think I'll pass. Maybe you shouldn't do this after all, Bienfu.
You probably just want to hog the name all to
Oh,
yourself.
merde.
Well, too bad. A real man never goes back on his word. If it packs a mean punch, then it's a rhinoceros beetle. And if it's...
I don't know about this.
Just let him do it, Laffy. He's already volunteered.
I can do this. Just you watch. This smell is the most bad thing that ever bad in it.
Whoa! He fainted with his eyes still open.
Miss Muggy-Loo, as soon as I smelled it.
He looks like he's having a bad dream.
Ai, cada uma, né?
I spy with my little eyes a kiddo who's spying at my bewitching waist.
Oh, sorry. I just couldn't help it. What are those books anyway?
Oh, that's a great question. Since you asked, I'll reveal the secrets of my tomes just for you. On the right, I've got my household ledger in the back, and my magic encyclopedia in the front. That one I mostly use for oil blotting paper.
What's oil blotting paper?
It's a girl thing. The two on the left are my heavy book, which I use for flower pressings, and then my super pop-up book.
A super pop-up book?
When you open it, it pops out with the force of a raging river! When an enemy has me cornered, I can just open it up facing a nearby wall and pop! Instant getaway! The only downside is that it's a real pain to try to get closed again, so I haven't used it in years.
What about the book right in front?
That's actually layer cake.
Whoa! Really?
Seared into its batter are precious bits of knowledge. Eating it is just as good for your brain as it is for your stomach.
Wow! I had no idea that was possible.
He's taking this so seriously, I almost feel bad.
All of your books are so interesting, Muggy-Loo.
There's no end to your curiosity, is there? What do you say? Want to take a closer look?
Boy, would I!
If you really do, then say, Muggy-Loo, I want to get to know you better.
Muggy-Loo, I want to get to know you better.
All right, I accept. I'll reveal to you my most private secrets.
Wow, so that's what's on the other side of these books.
What the? What are you doing with Laffy? He said he wanted to see, so I'm showing him. You have no right to stand in the way of his desires.
It's my job to protect him as his vessel, especially from someone so wicked as yourself. Also, what you're doing runs contrary to public decency.
Witches aren't supposed to be decent.
These bindings with the locks on them. This style used to be really popular during the Meliodas dynasty.
Now that I know you're such a bad influence for him, I'll be keeping a closer eye on you.
If you can't learn to take it easy, nobody's ever gonna want to marry you, you know.
Like you're a shining example of marriage material yourself.
Hey, Magilu. Could you turn them over one more time? I want to see how the book's attached to your belt.
Yeah, sure.
É, ele é mó assim, mó... Como que fala? É inocente, né?
Hey, Magilu. I was wondering about that book you have on your waist. The one you called your heavy book.
Your curiosity truly knows no bounds, does it, kiddo? Okay, nobody else knows this, but since you're so interested, I'd hate to leave you hanging. My heavy book, the one I use for flower pressings, is none other than a collection of Bienfu's poetry.
Bienfu likes to write poems?
Yep. You'd never guess it, but he's actually just about the best Moloch poet around. Some people even call him the Great Norman Poet. Here, I'll read you my favorite one. If there is something unimportant happening to the east, I'm made to go there and... If there is something unimportant happening to the west, I'm made to go there and... I can never rest nor be at peace. Every day my life is a living hell.
That's... heavy stuff.
Isn't it? That's what makes it so good for pressing flowers. It's so wonderfully...
Magilu?
É, cara, eu curto pra caramba essa interação dos personagens, mano. É muito engraçado, mano. Muito engraçado.
I'm extra good at beating up a weak Hey, is everyone alright?
Caramba, mano, é bicho que não acaba mais, velho.
You better be ready.
We're finished here.
Demorou,
Let's
mas
go.
morreu. Esse aqui é aquele baú que eu vi daquele lado lá? Que é, né? Eu tava ali, né? Será que é? Acho que é. Ah, lá do outro lado, ó. Saímos lá do outro lado. Aqui eu vou limpar aqui porque vai valer a pena. Ah, pegamos só um.
We can do this!
Calma, irmãzinha.
Let's do our best! Did you see that? I beat...
Pegamos tudo que tinha que pegar? Pegamos, né? Aqui é daquele lado lá. Olha o baú lá na frente, né? A gente tava lá, ó. Um baú de gato. Vamos ver se vai dar pra abrir. 165. Não deu nada, né? Tá valendo, tá valendo. E aqui eu vou sair na onde? Caramba, mano. Que mapa grande, velho. Acho que parece que vai ter batalha de chefe, mano. Tá com uma cara de que vai ter batalha de chefe. Ela tem um baú ali, ó. Não tem nenhum inimigo poderoso aqui. Eu só vou avançando só. Não vou enfrentar ninguém não. Tem um baú ali na frente. Foi de boa. Garrafa de vida.
How about it, Laphicet? Picking up on anything?
Yeah, in the direction of the temple. The feeling's getting stronger now.
Que vai ter aqui, mano? Colete de anfibiólio. Parece ser um templo aqui, né? É isso aí mesmo, ó. Templo Palâmides. Não sabe. Vamos ver qual é desse templo aí.
What's this?
A demon!
The demon we heard about? Sounds like it's having fun.
Then we'll use this distraction.
Wow, look outside!
This was a place of worship for Amenoch, the Water Empyrean. The ancients built this sanctuary underwater for the same reason that Eumasia's temples were built underground.
But building this underwater couldn't have been easy.
Aye. With the Earth temples, all they had to do was keep digging.
How did they do it? You can't split the sea like you can a log.
They started by stacking giant stone blocks in the shallows, creating an enclosed space. Once they had done that enough times and secured enough dry space, they were able to dig into...
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
The humans believed that by going through such great hardships to build these temples, they could show the depth of their devotion.
Additionally, current research suggests the site of this temple once sat on the seacoast.
What? Are you saying I'm wrong?
No, I'm only reporting what I've read in academic journals.
How would coastal ruins sink into the ocean?
When the Empyreans began their slumber, the land shifted, and this temple was swallowed by the sea. Scholars were able to prove that the sand and the heavy stones formed an airtight seal around the structure. Later, people carved an undersea tunnel.
Now that you mention it, I think I read that book too. Revised Theories on Ancient Architecture, right?
That's the one. Have you read it, Eisen?
No, I only read the first edition.
The problem with the stone enclosure theory is that each time you expand the enclosure, the innermost stones have to be carried out. Once that was pointed out as being too inefficient, alternate theories were developed. The revised edition has a number of competing theories. I highly recommend reading it.
I will then.
So, wait, was that a complete rebuttal of Eisen's explanation?
That was not my intention.
It's okay. Archaeology is a continuous process of asking new questions and making new discoveries. Prevailing theories change all the time.
What's it matter anyway?
Toda uma deprê.
There's no Empyrean here, right, Eisen?
If you're worried about it, why not flip that coin of his? Heads?
But it always comes up tails.
Like I said before, these temples are nothing more than places of worship built by human hands. The current religion started when humans, fearful of natural forces, began to worship four gods they called the Empyreans. If you're concerned about whether or not one is sleeping in these ruins, just remember that their very existence is only legend.
Be that as it may, Enominat certainly exists.
Aye. But I've never heard a single story of anyone actually seeing an Empyrean. Enominat must be a special case then.
Must be.
I suppose so. If there were four more like him, and they were all trying to stop us, we'd be sunk.
I can't disagree.
4 inimigos formidáveis deve ser foda, hein, mano? Vixe, Maria. Eu vou deixar isso aqui pra fazer em outro vídeo, mano. Porque vai ser longo aqui pelo visto, viu? Deu 1h11 de vídeo. Acho que eu vou deixar pro próximo episódio, viu? Eu achei que a gente ia enfrentar um chefe aqui logo de cara, mas pelo visto a gente vai ter que explorar bastante. Bom, seguinte então, rapaziada. Eu vou finalizar o vídeo por aqui. Aí no próximo vídeo a gente continua aqui explorando esse templo aqui, beleza? Então é isso aí. Espero que vocês tenham gostado aí. Quem puder se inscrever no canal eu agradeço bastante. Quem já é inscrito aí, deixa aquele like aí pra ajudar, beleza? Muito obrigado aí por quem tem assistido. Até o próximo vídeo. Valeu e fui!